Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with midfielder Pablo Gavi. In a recent interview, Gavi talks about Modric, Bellingham, Ceballos, Spanish national team, spoke about Barcelona and his preferred position. We are going to be discussing on everything Gavi had to say as we progress. Then to conclude this episode, talking on this report claiming that Barca are planning to cut ties with Super League in order to prevent Champions League ban. Wow. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up till the very end. In a recent interview with Dario Sport, Gavi has talked about Spain's prospects ahead of the upcoming UEFA Nations League final along with the treatment he has received by new coach Luis de la Fuente, among other things. He said, "The players and the staff in the national team are all united. Yesterday's win gave us peace of mind," Gavi said. "I'm happy with the confidence that the Spanish national team managers have shown in me. First with Luis Enrique, now with Luis de la Fuente," he said. Talking about the Nations League final, he said, "The Spanish fans deserve it. I hope we can win." Spain will face Croatia in the Nations League final, which will be played on Sunday. Heading into this game, the Barca midfielder praised Luka Modric and suggested Croatia could be tough opponents. He said, "Modric is a great player. We all know that. It will be a very competitive match." When asked about Spain's last title back in 2012, the playmaker said, "Honestly, I don't remember that match. I only have flashes of memory." But he is keen on winning more titles with La Roja, adding, "There are many titles I am yet to win, both with Barca and the national team. Whatever title it is, I would be happy to win it." The Barcelona starlet was asked about reports of discontent in the Spain dressing room. He said, "I don't know why they said that there was a bad atmosphere in the locker room. Everyone at the national team can tell you that I get along with everyone," he said. The coach told Ceballos that what happens on the pitch stays on the pitch. In the national team, we all have to play as a unit, and that's what we do. Gavi further added that he enjoys playing as a number 10, even though his strength is to play as a midfielder in a 4-3-3. With the national team, I am playing in a more advanced position. I've always said that my best position is as a midfielder in a 4-3-3, but I also like to play as a number 10. I'm still young, and it's true that I have to improve in many aspects. However, my essence is to compete to death for 90 minutes. That's always what I do," Gavi said. The young midfielder went on to talk about Barcelona, admitting the club's poor economic condition, but he has praised the academy players for stepping up. He said, "Barca are not in the best moment economically, but us academy players have come out at a good time." Finally, Gavi was asked to comment on Real Madrid signing Jude Bellingham. He said, "Madrid can sign whoever they want. I couldn't care less. We only focus on ourselves and we have a good team," he responded. Great words there from Gavi, of course, who is currently now in the national team, waiting for the finals of the Nations League that takes place tomorrow, Spain versus Croatia. And of course, Gavi, of course, as we all know him, is a fighter. He's a player who plays for the badge, and he has a great future ahead of him, still only 20. And of course, what a rise to prominence for Gavi, who came under Ronald Koeman last season, at the beginning of last season, and he turned out to become the mainstay in the first team. And of course, Gavi, who have finally been registered by La Liga, will now wear the number 6 jersey for Barcelona starting from next season, after there was a lot of issues in the Court of Arbitration of Sport when La Liga overturned the verdict that Gavi was not supposed to be registered because Barca came so late. But finally, Barca went and appealed again, and the verdict went to their favor. And now Gavi is a registered player of the club. Of course, as these players continue to grow, you know, you can say that the future of the club is secure because now Barca have a lot of young talents, and the only thing you can think of is the future is bright, unless Barca make error and sell most of those players because of financial issues. It's true that yes, our club we are going through a lot financially, and there can be a lot of temptations along the way to cash in on some players in order to balance the books. So, which means that the club still needs a lot of time to, come back to its feet financially. Pablo Gavi knows that very well. And of course, when asked about the question of Jude Bellingham, who was signed earlier this week by Real Madrid, that makes a lot of waves. Gavi said he doesn't even care about that. He focused more on Barca, on the performance and the vision that we have moving forward as a team. You know, so great words there from him. Looking to see how Gavi matures again as next season is soon starting. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. According to a report, Barca are considering publicly severing connections with the Super League in order to avoid receiving a Champions League ban from UEFA due to the Negreira case. The Catalan Giants were accused of engaging in corrupt practices after it was discovered that high-ranking Spanish referee Jose Maria Enrique Negreira received payments totaling 7.3 million euros between 2001 and 2018. The Spanish Treasury found no evidence that Barcelona's payments to the former referee committee vice president Negreira influenced results. Despite rebooking the scandal, Barcelona faced a legal threat from UEFA, including a possible Champions League ban, because of its payment of millions of euros to a company linked to a Spanish refereeing official. A ban from the esteemed European competition would prove to be highly problematic for Barca, as this would dampen Barca's financial muscle. In spite of elimination from the group stages, Barcelona will earn around 70 million euros from being in Europe, and in a more successful season, a figure closer to 120 million euros is expected. The decrease in earnings will force them to follow La Liga's directive to spend even less on their team, making it more challenging to execute signings or successfully renew their current players. In light of this threat, President Joan Laporta is considering the possibility of cutting ties with the Super League. After Juventus' resignation from Super League, only Barca and Madrid remain as the last two teams supporting the competition. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.